last video, I mentioned that there was an ultimate expression of art. It's what I consider to be the true opposite of science. If science is research, and research questions answers, then the opposite is faith and accepting answers regardless of proof. Art doesn't have to be research-based or faith-based, but the most unique version of art, the ultimate expression, fills the void of falsifiability with faith. It's theism. Also in the last video, I mentioned that uncertainty is not a belief. This is important because theists often treat atheism as the polar binary opposite of belief. There are some areas where theism overlaps atheism. Both atheism and theism involve belief, but the belief spectrum is much more fuzzy than a simple binary yes or no on what's believed. Figure 38 is a three-dimensional representation of this belief spectrum. In the videos, I can rotate the spectrum to show how it changes depending on the angle of perspective. The redder portion represents faith and the persuasion, expression of art, that builds faith. The greener portion represents the natural science research that questions faith. The dark purplish corners represents the philosophy that supports any belief. This is the two-dimensional bottom side of the cube. It completely removes religious practice considerations. We can see how including support of religious practice adds a third dimension when it intersects with belief and faith. Theism answers yes to all three questions. The 7 other positions answer no to at least one other question. The opposite corner of theism answers no to all 3 questions. Each side of the cube has the same answer to one of the 3 questions in common. Each edge between corners has the same answer to 2 of the 3 questions in common. It's important to note that certainty is most extreme at the corners of the cube. Uncertainty is most extreme in the core center of the cube. There's no atheism without a qualifying adjective in the cube. The imaginable version of it would be closer to the core of the cube than theism. That's because saying no to a belief doesn't necessarily mean one believes its perceived opposite. A binary truth table shows the 8 narrower, crisp, digitized combinations at the extreme corners. The cube represents the wider variety of the fuzzier analog continuous reality where most people's minds are at any given time. An example of the fuzziness is the in-between uncertain answer to the first question, I don't know. The same uncertainty can answer the second question. The in-between states can function as either a digitized part of a ternary answer or just the extreme middle of a fuzzy spectrum. These first 2 belief questions are on the descriptive side of Hume's guillotine. The question of religion is on the prescriptive side of Hume's guillotine. The religious questions are much more complicated. They can't be accurately answered with just one question, let alone with a yes, no, or even an I don't know to each question. This model has 4 total questions regarding religion, with 36 answers, and almost 6,000 combinations. With the belief questions added, that's over 23,000 crisp positions in the cube. That's figure 38, the belief and religion spectrum. It's in the hypothesizing section of chapter 3 because religions are based on hypotheses, many of which are not falsifiable. Later in the book, I use 3-dimensional cubes for other purposes. I also address less scientific expressions of art besides religion. Very little of the book mentions religion. Nothing in the book promotes or condemns religion. This doesn't mean I have no position on religion. It just means my position is not part of my book. But feel free to leave feedback on either the subject or the style of the video in the comments. Thanks for watching.